Rachel Zegler once captured the world's attention with her breakout role as Maria in Steven Spielberg's West Side Story, a performance that earned her a Golden Globe nomination and set the stage for a promising career. But lately, the tone of the conversation surrounding Rachel has shifted dramatically. What began as admiration for her talent has spiraled into relentless online criticism and a wave of negativity that many are now calling deeply unfair and possibly deeply biased. From her role in Shazam, Fury of the Gods to the upcoming Snow White remake, Rachel's involvement in high-profile projects has been marked by increasing controversy. Much of it, critics claim, stems not from her acting but from the way she speaks, her opinions, her interviews, her attitude. And now, with her most recent project, a reimagining of Evita, Rachel is once again at the center of heated discourse. But this time, her co-star James Olivas is speaking out. In a recent interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Olivas did something few in the entertainment industry are brave enough to do. He defended her. He acknowledged the intense backlash Rachel has received and compared her public reception to that of Eva Peron, the woman she portrays on stage. Loved and hated, he said, drawing a stark parallel between the real-life political figure and the young actress tasked with bringing her to life. Olivas didn't mince words. He made it clear that the criticism Rachel is facing is not only overblown, but largely baseless. He accused the media of dogpiling, of amplifying outrage for the sake of clicks, while ignoring the human being at the center of it all. He went on to say that Rachel has become an easy target, someone people feel entitled to attack simply because she's a young woman of color in the spotlight. One of the more specific controversies he addressed was a scene in Evita where Rachel's character sings from a balcony above the audience. Critics online were quick to blame Rachel for this creative decision, with some even calling it pretentious or tone-deaf. But according to Olivas, the criticism is completely misplaced. Rachel didn't come up with the scene, she performed it. She's an actor, not the director. She didn't choreograph the production or write the staging notes. And yet, she's the one being held responsible. I think Rachel became very notorious prior to the show, Olivas explained. In very similar ways to Eva Peron, she was loved and hated. He said that before joining the production, he did his own research into the so-called scandals surrounding her. What he found? Nothing of substance. Just empty outrage and surface-level anger that seemed more about who Rachel is than anything she actually did. It's people just choosing to be angry at her because she is a woman of color, and she is young, an easy target. And then there's the whole Snow White drama, a controversy that's been brewing ever since clips from Rachel's press tour resurfaced, showing her expressing frustration with the traditional fairy tale. Critics pounced. They claimed she hated the original story, that she demanded changes, and even accused her of wanting to cancel Prince Charming. But Olivas shut all of that down. He reminded everyone that Rachel isn't the writer. She's not the director. She didn't make the creative decisions that shaped the film. She was hired to bring a character to life, and she did what she was paid to do. Blaming her for decisions made far above her pay grade, he said, is both ignorant and unfair. According to Olivas, this backlash is manufactured outrage, a cycle of online anger that feeds on itself, untethered from facts or real-world reactions. He noted that the now infamous Evita balcony scene, which drew so much criticism on social media, is actually one of the highlights for live audiences. He said every single person who's seen the production has responded positively. The criticism isn't coming from people who've been to the show. It's coming from people who haven't, and who are choosing to believe the worst without bothering to verify the truth. This kind of digital dogpiling isn't new. The internet has a long history of tearing down young women in the public eye. But Rachel's story feels especially cruel because it's not rooted in any real scandal. There's no career-ending controversy, no egregious misstep. Just a girl who made it to the top fast, and now has to pay the price for daring to be confident, outspoken, and talented. Olivas also pointed to Rachel's inspiring journey, from humble beginnings to Hollywood stardom, as something that should be celebrated, not condemned. She did not come from means, he said. Through sheer determination and willpower, she climbed her way to becoming the most famous woman in the world. And that success, rather than being admired, has become a reason for some to attack her. That's the part that stings the most. For many watching from the sidelines, this controversy around Rachel Zegler says more about us as a society than it does about her. It reveals our obsession with tearing down young women once they become too visible. It exposes how quickly we assign blame without understanding context. And it reminds us how fast social media can turn fiction into fact when left unchecked. James Olivas' defense of his co-star isn't just a gesture of solidarity, it's a wake-up call. It's a reminder that behind every viral tweet, there's a human being. Behind every cringe moment or tone-deaf quote, there's an actor following a script. And maybe it's time we stopped holding people accountable for things they didn't do just because it's convenient. Rachel Zegler isn't perfect. She's made missteps like anyone in the public eye. But the narrative that she's somehow the villain of every project she touches, that she single-handedly ruined a fairy tale, that she's difficult or entitled or arrogant, that narrative doesn't hold up under scrutiny. The truth is simpler. Rachel Zegler is a talented actress navigating an industry and an audience that can be both brutal and unforgiving. And as James Olivas so clearly reminded us, maybe the real scandal here isn't anything Rachel has done, but how quickly we've turned on her without ever truly listening to her story. Let us know what you think in the comments below.